Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today I am going to go over another issue that I've been having with my audio on OBS. I hope that any of the things that I do show you today will help you with your audio. If not, please let me know and then we'll try to work together. If you also have any different solutions, please let us know in the comment section so we can go ahead and help out the community. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So the first step is to go into your settings, go to your sound tab. You're gonna look for basically your sound control panel here, and you're gonna be greeted with a small screen like this. You're gonna want to look basically under playback, which basically means that this is the primary thing that you use to hear your audio, right? So what you want to do, for example, is locate that audio default device. Mine is the speakers, as you can see here. What you're going to want to do is right click, go into properties. You're going to go to advanced, and you're going to want to basically disable these boxes, exclusive mode, as well as any audio enhancements, as I've noticed that a lot of the forums that I looked into, just because this took me a while to fix today actually, mentioned to remove that exclusive mode as well as the audio enhancements, because it kind of triggers a little bug to where OBS doesn't recognize the audio or pick up the audio in a good enough manner. So you're going to want to go ahead and do this, remove these. And you also want to keep in mind this number here, 48,000, primarily 48, as we're also going to use this for a different solution later on. So again, go to advanced, disable these. Now if there's anything else that you have in OBS that you might use for audio, for example headphones or something like that, come in here. As you can see, mine are currently disabled, but they should give you the same options to go ahead and disable the same boxes that I just showed you. Same thing applies for recordings. Go ahead in there and then make sure that those are disabled, and then that should pretty much be it. Another thing is that sometimes you might not see the little bar move when you're speaking on OBS. You want to make sure that your output as well as your input are adjusted to the appropriate items that you are using. For example, when I stream, I use my headset to listen in, right? So therefore I might not be hearing anything and my computer might not be picking up anything, because this might be adjusted to a different setting compared to the one that I have there. Alright, so we moved on to our OBS over here. What I'm going to show you is the setup that I have. So the setup, not only the setup, but the fix that I use so that my mic doesn't sound echoey, as well as doesn't kind of cut off or become choppy as I record as well or stream. So what we're gonna do first is we're going to our settings up here, file settings. You can also click down here, and we're gonna go to our audio tab. So if you recall earlier, I mentioned to remember the number that you had under your sound tab or your sound settings. Mine was 48,000 kilohertz, so you're gonna obviously change this to 48. Depending on what yours says, you're going to try to also do that as well. I have my channel under stereo, and then as for desktop audio, you're going to want to input whatever it is that you're using to kind of output your sound. Mine is my speakers, Realtek audio, so I would select that. And then if you have anything else you want to pick audio on, you can go ahead and add it there as well. You can also leave it as this default if you don't have to worry about changing it. If it's already set as default, then leave it as default. Same thing with your mic. So that's kind of what you want to do there. That way you're able to hear it. Now what I'm going to do is show you what I did to kind of fix all these issues that I was having, right? Again, my voice was echoey, as well as the audio was getting cut out every so often. So what I did is basically said, okay, my mic is being picked up well on this microphone app, right, that I use to record my voice, but it's not being picked up well on OBS, so it has to be an OBS issue. right? Or at least something to do with OBS clearly. So what I did was I disabled all of these, and then I went down here, I went to advanced, and I added a monitoring device to be my speakers, because that is basically what I use to output the sound. Once I start streaming, more than likely I'll be changing this, as well as anything that I mentioned about speakers being my default, to my headset. But again, you can kind of play with these to kind of see which one works for you. Now, if you're unable to see a lot of these settings, what you're going to want to do is go to output, and you're going to put a output mode as advanced instead of simple. Now we're going to go ahead and go to audio. As you can see here, the bitrate is at 160. Others may argue that if you set it to 320, it sounds better, but I notice that sometimes it does glitch, and then again, your audio doesn't sound as good. There's kind of like a bug that goes on. What you can do is just set it from 320 to 160. You'll more than likely have it as 160 as default, so there should be no issue there. And then make sure that you do hit apply, and then click OK. So I did want to show you kind of this setup that I have here, the recordings. I have mine as standard. I have my path where I want everything to go. My recording format is as MP4. I'm also using the newest video encoder, which is this one right here, as well as this audio encoder. My output is 1920 by 1080, and then I only have one audio track. If we go to streaming, this is a setup that I do have here. Just, you can viewing, takes a few notes. I have mine as CBR just because I feel like I've been having less issues with it. My bitrate is at 8,000. You can increase this if you want. I won't go too much into detail, but just know that 8,000 is a good number to stream. The lower you go, kind of the worse it gets. The higher you go, the better. However, there is a limit. There's other videos for that, so again, I'm not going through that. And then this is the other settings that I do have. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and click apply. I didn't change anything, so that's fine. And then we're gonna go ahead and click OK. All right. So as I mentioned, I disabled all of my audio just because I wanted to add my own. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through that right now, and then hopefully this method works out for you. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go here to add a source. We're gonna go ahead and add a video capture device. You can name it whatever you want. I added mine as the video camera as well as my mic. So I'll go ahead and cancel, but go ahead and click OK. If we go to the actual thing here, you'll see that I have my camera here. Right now it's dark just because it's closed. I have the lid on basically. So if we go down, we're gonna go ahead and just ignore all this. Go to audio output mode. We're gonna go ahead and use a custom audio device, and that's gonna be our mic. So as long as I have my camera connected, my mic will be the primary input mode, and basically that will allow my mic to show up on OBS. As you can see, here it is, and as I speak, the audio bar moves. You're gonna want it kind of in between the high green, maybe low orange/yellow, and if it's too high, then go ahead and use this bar to kind of lower it. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add our audio input so that we can hear not only our game, but basically any party chats that you may have going on as well. We're gonna go ahead and add a new source, and we're gonna go ahead and add an audio output capture. Go ahead and name it as desktop all or something similar, right? You can just leave it as desktop. That's fine as well. Click OK. Okay, so we do have our source right here. If you double click on it, you're gonna go ahead and select your default setting or whatever output you're going to use device. So again, mine's the speaker, so that's kind of where all the audio would go into. Once I put on my headset, then I may change that again to my headset. That way I can hear obviously the game as well as my party chat, and then stream that as well to my stream. Go ahead and click OK. And then as you can see, we have it here as well. It's obviously not moving because there is no game playing, and I don't have a party chat that's currently active as well. So we do have that going now. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. And so now that we do have our our audio for the desktop as well as the video camera and our mic, I am going to show you something else that you can add but you don't need. This is primarily only needed if you feel like you're going to have a party chat, you're going to be speaking to somebody you don't want the stream to listen to. Obviously they're going to listen to you as you speak, but they won't be able to hear your other member or group of members. And this goes by the desktop me audio that I have here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create another audio output capture, and you're going to want to go ahead and just follow the same thing as here. Follow the default, add it as an audio. Let me just go ahead and open it real quick. Basically I have it as default, which is going to go to my speakers, but once I go to my headset, I'll go ahead and switch all of that over. And we're going to want to create another scene. So let's go ahead and go to scene 2. Once you are on scene 2, you can go ahead and create a window capture device, game capture device, whatever it is you want the chat to not hear. Basically, everything on this scene, your chat won't be able to hear once you're on scene 1, right? But if you're on scene 2, then of course you're showing that to your stream and they're going to be able to hear that. So if you have a window capture device, you can go ahead and select whatever it is you're wanting to not necessarily record but listen to. So it can be Discord, it can be maybe like an Xbox party chat, it can be anything here. You're going to want to also create another audio all, same as the other one. You're going to go ahead and select your device. And now when everybody's speaking, you're going to be able to hear them as well as the bar move, right? And what I recommend is if you want to listen to them, because of course your game can be louder, have this maybe a little bit higher than what you would have on live scene 1. That way you can kind of hear them better. Ignore this, I just have it here for the purpose of recording this video. That way you can actually hear my voice while I'm switching scenes. And yeah, so basically you're gonna be able to select whatever party chat you're going to listen to through here, and then hear the audio through here as well. So now we're gonna jump back to our first scene, and through desktop me we're gonna be able to hear our party chat now that we're on a different scene, but the stream won't be able to hear scene 2 or your other chat. You're gonna want to go to audio mixer right here to the audio properties settings, and you're gonna use desktop all as monitor and output. That way your stream can hear it. And then you're gonna go to desktop me and only put monitor only, meaning you can hear it but there's no output, therefore the stream can't hear it. And then for your video camera and your mic, you can keep that as off, just because you don't want to hear yourself speaking unless you do. So that's basically it. These are the settings that you need to you don't necessarily need, but it's a foundation to get you started to whether you want to stream or you want to be able to record. These should help you to avoid having any echoes, any of those silent moments where the audio cuts off. But of course you may have to change a few things here and there, primarily in your settings section over here. If for some reason you don't get any audio, just make sure that your sound on your computer is selected to the correct audio component. And then of course if you need to change any of the default settings, like once you go here you can do so. I have mine set as default, so once I put my headset on, that will change to default. I don't have to worry about it. But of course if you have something selected, for example speakers, and you put on your headset and it doesn't automatically do that, then you might want to select your audio to be the headset. I did come up across an issue where in Fortnite my party chat couldn't hear me. My mic was still working, right, and the stream was able to hear me, but they couldn't hear me. I think it was kind of like an audio input error to where they kind of cut off since I opened OBS. I guess OBS took all of that and said, hey, I'm using your mic only. A fix for that is that you can go into your Fortnite settings, Call of Duty settings, game settings, whatever, and on the input device, maybe select something different from your mic. I selected, I think it was my headset, therefore the audio was coming in from my headset, but the stream was still getting my mic, right? So there's no issues there. You can also maybe use your webcam mic as well. Hopefully your party chat is able to hear you. That was just a recent issue that I had. I hadn't experienced that before, but it did happen. I just wanted to let you know that. But yeah, I'm hoping that this video overall helps you to kind of get started, whether it's streaming, whether it's recording videos. If you have any additional issues, let us know, or actually let me know. This is a one team party right now, or group. And if you have anything else that may help the community, like maybe a different solution, or if you saw something that I mentioned and you're like, oh, try this instead, let us know as well. I actually don't mind people posting their fixes, you know, on the comment section. I prefer if you type out the answer, right? That way they don't have to jump to another video and they can just kind of see the solution right there and then. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm trying to kind of not necessarily get away from these how-to videos. It's just that it seems to be unavoidable, right? This is kind of what my channel has become, just because I've only been trying to stream and play. But then of course you get the issues, I find solutions, and instead of saying, hey, that's it, I'd rather send these solutions out to everybody so that they can possibly fix their issue as well. I'm trying to do maybe gaming and commentary, you know, have some gaming in the background and some commentary. I was gonna do crime and all that, but I feel like if you want to do crime, you have to primarily focus on crime with no gaming to kind of get the viewers, you know, more in there. So yeah, I think maybe speaking about social media influencers and their ups and downs might just kind of be okay, you know, something chill. But yeah, if you have any other topic ideas, let me know. I am streaming on Kick, so go check that out. I'll be primarily chilling, either on my squad or just playing games that I've been wanting to play, but I haven't done so in a while. And then yeah, we can chat and talk about whatever. But yeah, I'll try to send this out or upload this today, which is the day before New Year's. So if you're watching this after or before, you know, Happy New Year's. Hopefully this next year is a better year, and yeah, I'll see you on the next video.